Dear audience, I hope you gained valuable insights from our expert sessions and you enjoyed your deep dives. Thank you for being so active in turning your questions and taking the chance to bilaterals with our experts. We have selected some of the most raised questions for this joint Q&A session with Uwe Ruttkamp. Ready for takeoff?
Ready, sure.
Then let's buckle up and get started here with the questions which have been turned in. Okay. The first one is from me. As a global head of machine tools, do you see a difference in countries being more brave or quicker, let's say, adjust easier to digitalization transformation?
Okay. Well, I wouldn't say that there is a big difference in the countries per se, but of course industries are different. Some industries are more willing to go to cloud technology, for example, and others are less so. And depending on what dominant industry in a country is, that might be making a difference. That's possible.
Okay, so let's get started with the questions which we have received here. So the first one is, would Siemens go into a performance contracting on digitalization?
Yes, of course. We already have done it. So that is something we do. We don't do it on a large scale. We need to be the ones responsible for the solution, of course. Otherwise, it's difficult to be responsible for the outcome. But yes, if we are, then performance contracting, meaning payment is only due if the performance or the productivity comes. That is something we do, yes.
All right. Let's move further in talking about speed. Why is the market adapting to digitalization so slowly?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that the market is adapting slowly, but the market is really difficult right now. I mean, we have the COVID-19 situation. We have overall a very tough time in the machine tool industry. So getting ready to try something new, to get out there and do something on your own is not for everybody so easy. But we see it, and I'm sure we will see it more often. And everybody needs to, or is aware of, that when this crisis will be over, and it will be over at some point in time, the ones that have the biggest productivity, the ones that have the biggest benefit to the customers, is the one getting stronger out of the crisis than the others. And this competitive advantage is something that a lot of companies out there understand they need to have.
All right, so it's a matter of uncertainty so far. Do you think that Siemens can create an industry standard with edge?
Okay. Well, our numeric edge solution is based on industry standards per se anyway. So we use, for example, container technologies for the software development. All the protocols and network interfaces are based on standards. So I believe from using all the standard industry software solutions, it is sort of like a standard by itself.
Okay. Fair point. Next one is about employees. How many employees do you have working on your digitalization portfolio?
Oh, that's a difficult question to answer. Let me think. Well, it's probably not a matter of how many these are. I mean, I always wish it would be more, because the more I are working on it, the more products we get out of the door. But what I can definitely say is that the kind of expertise people need to have in digitalization is different. It's a lot of software expertise, it's a lot of big data, data analytics, artificial intelligence expertise. If you would have asked me 5 or even 10 years ago, I would have never said that these are the kind of competencies you need in machine tool industries. So there you can see what the big change is.
Well, and I would say, working for Siemens, everybody within Siemens is working on digitalization. We started with electrification, automation, and now it's all about digitalization, what our portfolio and our jobs are about.
That's true anyway, yeah.
Does Siemens see commercial platforms being successful in the market?
Well, it's actually really, it's a tough thing to answer, because many of the commercial platforms we all know are more in the consumer industry. When we purchase something online in our private life, we are totally used to using platforms. And if we watch movies, nowadays it's also based on internet technology platforms. The commercial platforms are a little bit more difficult. But I believe as MindSphere we have done a great start with our software as a service and platform as a service offering. I believe we are doing the right thing. We are offering the benefits that our users need. Get started easy and don't do anything everything from scratch. And therefore, I think it is an answer, yes.
Okay, good. Next one is about competitors. Interesting. All of Siemens' competitors are also talking about digitalization and virtual twins. What does Siemens make so different?
Very good question. Thank you for that one. I believe what makes us special, or what we have done differently at least, is that we have not built a digital twin as a lame digital shadow without color laying on the floor. No, we built a digital twin standing upright, being a real duplicate of the real. And we have done it by inventing Sinomeric One and developing Sinomeric One in a digital fashion first. Actually, now when you look at it, Create My Virtual Machine as a digital incarnation of Sinomeric One Real, it's actually one and the same. You cannot tell the difference anymore because it's exactly the same software. And therefore, I believe our journey into digitalization around Sinomeric One makes us unique.
And we don't only have the digital twin of the product, there are also more digital twins, as we have talked this morning already.
True.
So let's move to the new normal question. I mean, we are here for real in the virtual world. And the question is, do you think traditional trade shows will ever return? And in this context, do you believe EMO 2021 will take place? EMO is been scheduled for when?
October, November 2021.
So
yeah.
Next year?
A year from now, yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not a doctor. I cannot say. But what I can say is, of course, I'm looking forward to it if it would be the case. I would be looking forward to meeting everybody in the audience in person, and would be a really great pleasure to meet everybody personally. But on the other hand, when you look at it, what we achieved in the COVID-19 pandemic situation, just look at this kind of event. With all the digitalization around us, with the virtual environment which we use to communicate to people out there, that's an achievement, I believe, that will stay. We will not go back to never do this kind of setup again. No, I believe it's quite the opposite. This kind of setup will stay. It's an achievement in digitalization that boosts us forward, entire industry forward. Our thinking in terms of digitalization is different because of that. And that's something that will stay, and it will be a mixture, most likely, of virtual and real fair setups.
So-called hybrid events, but we definitely are looking forward to meet you again. Next question which has been raised: how does Siemens help me on the journey and transition of becoming digital?
Okay, we can help you in any way you want. There is not one thing that fits all. What we can offer is a consulting service so that we help you on your way towards digitalization. Our good friends from service have a digitalization check, for example, in place, which helps everybody to find out what is the right way to go in order to connect machines, for example. And then going from there, the connectivity can be done with a single machine or with the entire shop floor. So there are a multitude of options, and we can also help to implement that. So there is a lot of services around digitalization that we offer, and that should help people to get started.
All right, it sounds very simple and easy. How long would that take? Is it like bringing my car for a winter service check and they tell me this and that and then you're fine?
It's probably a little bit more than that, because it could be a little bit more difficult. because depending on how many machines are on the shop floor and maybe how old, how new, how connected they already are, it might be different. Take 1 or 2 days, and then you have the same result as your winter service.
Okay, cool. Siemens is not alone in the market, obviously. How do you deploy other controls is the next question. How do you enter brownfield projects?
Well, brownfield projects are actually normal. Every machine that one buys today is a brownfield machine next day. So brownfield is a standard, brownfield is normal, and no customer, unfortunately, we wish it would be different, but no customer has only xenomeric-based machines on his shop floor. So for us, the brownfield is normal, and with our portfolio of xenomeric integrate, for example, the inline solutions with tool management and program management actually do have connectivity for older and also for other machine types and controller types.
So xenomeric one retrofit. What about this one?
Oh, xenomeric one retrofit, that's a different story. If you happen to have a machine that you want to have more productivity with, and this machine you want to connect it as well, so you can do both at the same time. There is a retrofit offering also from our good friends from service that you can bring the machine up to the newest level by exchanging controller or more. And then at the same time, of course, you go the full step and also connect the machine, and then you have the highest level of productivity.
Perfect. So it's all about the good friends and cooperation with the service guys.
True.
Next question is about the age of the machines.
Yeah.
All my machines are older than 10 years. What should I do?
Well, if really all machines are older than 10 years, then I would definitely recommend to go this retrofit route. Because then, as I said before, the productivity you gain from getting 1 or 2 machines up to speed to the newest level is of help. But regardless of that, all machines based on our digitalization check can be checked and can be looked at, and most of them will be able to get connected.
Okay. So also solutions from our side. Next one is about industries. Big industries like automotive and aerospace have been hit hard in the past 2 years. The biggest growing market is with standard machines. Aren't your Siemens solutions too upscale for machines with a value of below 50,000 euro?
Yeah, actually, that I hear sometime also out there when I talk to customers, and I can tell you, no, it's not a problem. There is a tendency in the market today to exchange capital expenditures, CapEx, with OpEx, operating expenditures, so that the costs are where the usage is and where the productivity gains are. And this is what we offer here as well. Our software solutions around MindSphere applications, xenomeric integrate, and in-machine solutions. Most of them offer to go with a monthly fee, so that the payment is done not upfront, big payment upfront, but low payments along the way. And of course, there are always solutions for smaller situations, just a manage my machines installation, for example, to gain transparency of the shop floor. Easy step to do, single license. Or you can go a full-fledged tool management installation for the entire shop floor. That's, of course, more costly, but it's a matter of when you pay and, of course, how much. And both is possible, and both options are available from us.
Okay, so matter which size, no matter how old the machines, we try to find the best solution for our customers. Thank you, Uwe. And of course, thank you, dear audience, for your contributions. Unfortunately, time has run out and we have to move forward in our program. No worries, if your question has not been taken care of yet, our experts will get in touch with you. Uwe, I'd say time for a summary. What are your key takeaways of this session today?
Thank you, Christine. Yeah, what are my key takeaways? My key takeaways are actually not that much different to where we started a couple of hours ago. It's all around what you see on that slide here, starting easy into digitalization. Starting easy, don't be afraid of going that way. Get started, start with something easy and simple. Help from Siemens, help from others out there in the market is available. Don't be afraid, because the productivity, and that is the heart of everything, and here also in the middle of that slide, productivity is what counts. We cannot afford to let go of the productivity gain we have the possibility to gain based on digitalization. And therefore, analyze together with our experts or on your own where your bottlenecks are, what your bottleneck machines are, where your productivity gains maybe the biggest. And then we work together on it and get it working. And not the least, something that everybody needs, especially in this crisis situation, is accelerating business. We can all hope that business will come back, but even if the business comes back, it will be different. It will be more digital. It will be more around software. It will be, for example, being able to sell digital twins, being able to go into performance contracting, pay-per-use models, everything around virtual showrooms, all these kind of things that are possible based on digitalization solutions are something that will help all of us to accelerate our business and find new ways of creating value. And with that, I would like to thank everybody for listening and watching. I hope you had fun. If there are any questions out there that have not been answered so far, I'm sure our experts can help. And if you find, or if the question comes up later, there is always a local representative in your country, in your region from Siemens that can help you with everything. So again, thank you for listening. And I must say, I had fun. It was a great event. And do you think the same, Christine?
I absolutely do think the same. Great passion, which you demonstrated here. Answers to all the questions. And really close to the customer, I would say, and where the customer needs support and advice. Great, Uwe. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.